Have you ever wondered why some people seem to build wealth effortlessly while you're still living paycheck to paycheck? What if I told you that Warren Buffett, now worth over $100 billion, spent most of his life living in the same modest house he bought for $31,500 in 1958? Meanwhile, many Americans earning six figures can barely make ends meet each month. Here's a brutal truth that might be hard to hear. If you're struggling financially, it's not the economy, it's not your job, and it's not bad luck. The real reason you're still broke is staring back at you in the mirror every morning. I know this sounds harsh, but after studying the habits of self-made millionaires for over 2 decades, I've discovered that wealth has far less to do with how much you earn and far more to do with how you think about and manage money. Elon Musk didn't become the world's richest person by accident. He follows specific financial principles that anyone can adopt. In the harsh truth about why you're still broke, I'm going to reveal 5 uncomfortable financial realities that keep millions of Americans trapped in a cycle of financial struggle. These aren't complex economic theories. They're practical mindset shifts and habits that separate the wealthy from everyone else. By watching this video to the end, you'll discover why earning more money often leads to less wealth and how to reverse this pattern. The simple planning system wealthy people use to make their money multiply. Why your savings account is actually making you poorer every single day. How to break through the invisible mental barriers blocking your financial growth. The one action step that separates those who talk about financial freedom from those who achieve it. Stay with me until the end, because I'll share a 30-day challenge that's helped thousands of my clients transform their financial reality, starting with just 15 minutes per day. If you're ready to face these uncomfortable truths and finally break free from financial struggle, hit that subscribe button now and comment "Ready for Truth" below. Your financial future depends on the decisions you make today. And this might be the most important 15 minutes you invest in yourself this year. 1. Lifestyle inflation. Let me share a story that perfectly illustrates the first brutal truth about why you're still broke. Mark, a client of mine, came to me frustrated. He'd gone from earning $40,000 to $120,000 over 5 years, yet somehow had less savings than when he started. I make triple what I used to, he told me, but I feel poorer than ever. This is what financial experts call lifestyle inflation. As your income rises, your expenses mysteriously rise to match it. The raise that was supposed to change your financial life instead funds a nicer car, a bigger apartment, fancier restaurants, and suddenly that extra money has vanished. You're not building wealth. You're just upgrading your poverty. Think about it. When you were making less money, you survived. You paid your bills, you ate, you lived. But when that promotion or new job came along, instead of maintaining your previous lifestyle and investing the difference, you expanded your expenses to match your new income. This is precisely why lottery winners often end up broke. They upgrade their lifestyle beyond what even their windfall can sustain. The wealthy approach this differently. Warren Buffett still lives in the same house he bought in 1958, despite being one of the richest people on earth. The average millionaire drives a car that's several years old. They understand a fundamental principle. True wealth isn't about displaying money. It's about retaining it. I've observed this pattern repeatedly in my research on the financial habits of different cultures. Japanese households, for instance, often maintain modest lifestyles despite income increases, directing additional money toward investments instead. The Jewish tradition of living below one's means, regardless of income level, has contributed to generational wealth building within that community. Here's my challenge to you. The next time your income increases, whether it's a raise, bonus, or new job, commit to putting 80% of that increase toward wealth building before your lifestyle has a chance to inflate. Ask yourself before each purchase, is this helping me build the financial future I want, or is it just making me look successful while keeping me broke? 2. No financial plan. Let me ask you something important. Do you know exactly where every dollar you earned last month went? Can you tell me precisely how much you need to retire comfortably? If you're like most Americans, you don't have clear answers to these questions. And that's the second brutal truth. You're broke because you have no real financial plan. I remember working with Jennifer, a surgeon earning over $300,000 annually, who couldn't understand why she constantly felt financially stressed. When we mapped out her spending, she was shocked to discover over $7,000 monthly going to expenses she couldn't even recall. Without a plan, even high earners watch their money disappear. Here's what the wealthy understand. Money without direction finds its own path, usually away from you. Every dollar should have a job before it hits your account. This isn't about restricting yourself. It's about intentionality. The wealthy aren't necessarily better at math or making money. They're better at directing where their money goes. The Jewish concept of cheshbon, or accounting, embodies this principle perfectly. Traditional Jewish financial wisdom emphasizes knowing the exact state of your finances at all times. This isn't about penny pinching, it's about awareness and intention. When you know where your money goes, you gain control over its direction. I've studied the financial habits of self-made millionaires for over 2 decades, and I've never met one who doesn't know their numbers. They track expenses, set clear goals, and measure progress regularly. This isn't because they're obsessive. It's because they understand that financial success is deliberate, not accidental. What does this mean for you? Start by creating a simple financial dashboard. Know your net worth, monthly expenses, debt obligations, and savings rate. Set specific financial goals with deadlines. Review this information weekly. This level of awareness might feel uncomfortable at first. Many people avoid looking at their finances because it triggers anxiety. But that discomfort is the first step toward financial control. 3. Saving without investing. Here's a shocking truth most Americans don't understand. If your money isn't growing, it's actually shrinking. That savings account you're so proud of, it's losing value every single day. This is the third brutal reality. You're broke because you're saving money instead of investing it. Let me put this in perspective. With inflation averaging around 3% annually, money sitting in a typical savings account earning 0.5% interest is actually losing about 2.5% of its purchasing power each year. That $10,000 emergency fund will only buy about $7,800 worth of goods in 10 years. You're essentially paying a penalty for the illusion of safety. I once worked with Robert, a diligent saver who had accumulated $200,000 in various savings accounts over 15 years. He was devastated when I showed him that, adjusted for inflation, his purchasing power was equivalent to about $150,000 in real terms. He had effectively lost $50,000 by playing it safe. The wealthy understand that money is like a plant. It needs to grow or it dies. They don't just save money, they put it to work. They understand that calculated risk, not avoidance of risk, is the path to wealth. This doesn't mean gambling on speculative investments or get-rich-quick schemes. It means understanding that different investments serve different purposes in your financial ecosystem. Look at how the ancient merchant cultures approached money. Venetian traders never kept all their wealth in coins. They invested in multiple trading vessels, knowing some might sink, but others would return with tremendous profit. The Japanese concept of chikara no aru okane, money with power, reflects the idea that wealth must be active to grow. Here's what this means for you. While maintaining an emergency fund is essential, anything beyond that should be strategically invested. Start with broad market index funds if you're new to investing. Add real estate when possible, either directly or through REITs. Consider dividend-paying stocks for passive income. The specific investments matter less than the fundamental shift from hoarding to growing your money. 4. Limiting money beliefs. The fourth brutal truth may be the hardest to accept. Your beliefs about money are keeping you poor. The thoughts running through your head, often installed by well-meaning parents or negative experiences, have created invisible barriers to wealth that no amount of financial advice can overcome until you address them directly. I'll never forget working with Michael, a brilliant web developer who consistently sabotaged higher-paying opportunities. When we dug deeper, we discovered he had internalized his father's constant refrain that rich people are dishonest. Subconsciously, he was avoiding wealth to maintain his self-image as an honest person. Once he recognized and reframed this belief, his income doubled within 8 months. These limiting money beliefs operate below our conscious awareness, creating financial self-sabotage that feels like external circumstances. I'm not good with money. Wealth is just luck. I don't deserve to be rich. Making money requires exploiting others. These mental programs run silently in the background, overriding even your best financial intentions. The wealthy approach money with fundamentally different core beliefs. They see money as a tool, not a scarce resource. They believe wealth is created, not redistributed. They see themselves as deserving of abundance. Most importantly, they believe their financial destiny is within their control. These empowering beliefs aren't just positive thinking. They create different actions. Someone who believes there's never enough money hoards what they have and makes fear-based decisions. Someone who believes money is constantly flowing sees opportunities everywhere and takes calculated risks that pay off. Ancient wisdom traditions understood this connection between belief and reality. The Torah's emphasis on abundance thinking reflects the understanding that seeing yourself as prosperous creates prosperity. Similarly, Buddha's teachings about abundance focus first on recognizing the wealth already present in your life, which then attracts more. Start examining your own money beliefs by noticing your involuntary thoughts when financial topics arise. Pay attention to phrases like, "I can't afford that," or "that's for rich people." Challenge these thoughts by asking, "Is this objectively true, or just a belief I've accepted?" Replace limiting beliefs with expansive ones. "I'm constantly learning to manage money better," or "wealth flows to me through multiple channels." 5. Procrastination on financial changes. The final, brutal truth about why you're still broke might be the simplest yet hardest to overcome. You keep waiting for the perfect time to take action. You tell yourself you'll start investing when you have more money, begin budgeting when things settle down, or launch that side business when you have more time. This financial procrastination ensures you'll stay exactly where you are indefinitely. I remember working with Lisa, who spent 7 years researching real estate investing while prices in her area doubled. By waiting for perfect conditions, she missed gains that would have fundamentally changed her financial trajectory. When she finally purchased her first investment property, her only regret was not starting sooner with what she had. The wealthy understand a fundamental truth. There is never a perfect time. Markets will always fluctuate, information will always be incomplete, and life will always be busy. Rather than waiting for ideal conditions, they take imperfect action with whatever resources they currently have. Consider how different cultures approach the concept of timing. The Jewish principle of zerazut, promptness in performing good deeds, teaches that opportunities should be seized immediately. Similarly, the Japanese concept of ima emphasizes the importance of present action rather than future intention. Both traditions recognize that wealth accumulation requires starting now, regardless of circumstances. What most people don't realize is that financial success is rarely about making perfect decisions. It's about making good decisions consistently over time. Even a mediocre investment plan executed faithfully outperforms a brilliant plan that's perpetually delayed. The magic is in the consistency, not the timing. This principle applies to every aspect of your financial life. Starting a budget with imperfect tracking is better than waiting until you find the perfect app. Investing a small amount regularly outperforms waiting to invest a large sum someday. Building a side hustle that generates just $100 monthly now creates momentum that can grow exponentially. My challenge to you is simple but powerful. Identify one financial action you've been postponing and commit to taking the first step within 24 hours, no matter how small. Open that investment account with whatever you can spare, even if it's just $50. Have that money conversation with your partner you've been avoiding. List that unused item for sale. The specific action matters less than breaking the cycle of delay. Let me share something powerful that ties everything we've discussed together. Financial transformation isn't about complex strategies or getting lucky. It's about facing these uncomfortable truths and taking consistent action despite them. The fact that you've stayed with me through these harsh realities shows you have what matters most: the courage to confront what's holding you back. I believe that anyone, regardless of their starting point, background, or past mistakes, can create financial freedom by applying these principles. I've seen single parents working minimum wage jobs transform their finances. I've watched immigrants arrive with nothing and build substantial wealth within a decade. The common factor wasn't privilege or luck, it was their willingness to embrace these truths and act accordingly. Here's what I want you to do right now. Choose just one of these 5 areas we've discussed today and commit to changing it. Don't try to overhaul your entire financial life overnight. Pick the truth that resonated most strongly with you. Whether it's controlling lifestyle inflation, creating a financial plan, starting to invest, addressing limiting beliefs, or taking immediate action. Focus on that single area for the next 30 days. Remember, financial transformation is like compound interest. Small changes consistently applied create exponential results over time. The decisions you make today will determine your financial reality 5, 10, and 20 years from now. You have far more power than you realize to shape that future. If this message has impacted you, please hit that like button. It helps others find this information who might be struggling with the same financial challenges. Share this video with someone you care about who needs to hear these truths. I'd love to know which of these 5 brutal truths hit home hardest for you. Leave a comment below with truth, Harb, and Hamber and share your biggest takeaway. Your insight might be exactly what someone else needs to hear to start their own financial transformation. Finally, if you're committed to breaking free from financial struggle, subscribe to this channel. Every week, I share actionable strategies to build real wealth, not get-rich-quick schemes, but proven principles that create lasting financial freedom. You don't have to stay broke. You have the power to change your financial future starting today. The question is, will you use it? Thank you for having the courage to face these uncomfortable truths. I'll see you in the next video.